Hello and welcome to Todd Miller TV. The question for today is, are real estate agents a monopoly? It's been sort of bantered around that real estate agents have a monopoly on the real estate community, and I just want to go ahead and clear up some misconceptions here about what a monopoly is and what real estate agents' roles are and how this all works. Okay. The definition of a monopoly is a company or an entity, like a single entity, that has the exclusive ability to provide a good or a service. Okay, so for example, AT&T at one time was a monopoly because the only person you could get phone service from was AT&T. You couldn't get it from anybody else. It was a monopoly. Okay, so are real estate agents a monopoly? Well, there are probably 2 million real estate agents in the U.S., maybe 3 million. I know there's about 1.6 million realtors. So let's just say there's 3 million real estate agents. Well, 3 million is not a monopoly. Now, you could say, well, what about companies? Well, in Las Vegas, we have 1,400 real estate companies, so there's not a monopoly. The largest company only has a 10% market share, so this clearly, as a matter of fact, real estate agents and companies are the opposite of a monopoly. It's like the most open form of competition. The barrier to entry is nothing. It's so easy to get in. All you have to do is join the, is pay maybe $2,000 total for your testing and MLS fees, and you can become a real estate company. It's pretty easy to do. It's really super straightforward. So I want to compare a couple different potential things that people have said. One is that people have said, okay, well, that's fine. You technically are a monopoly, but you're a cartel because what you do is you collude to set prices. Well, that's really not the case. If you look, you'll find that you can sell a property for nothing to a super high amount of money. It's all negotiable, so there's not any fixed pricing. If you look in the MLS, you can even see that what's being offered to other agents is completely negotiable. The other argument people make is, well, you real estate agents have the MLS. The MLS is a monopoly. Well, guess what? It's not. Anybody can start their own company, join the MLS, and create a competing real estate company. To do that, you know what? You can create a separate MLS. Matter of fact, there are other MLSs. They're just not called MLSs. MLS is nothing more than a tool that real estate agents use. So what about other websites? Zillow, they're not the MLS. What about, forsalebyowner.com and sites like that? There's clearly enough competition in the industry. Saying real estate agents are a monopoly is like saying accountants have a monopoly on accounting, or doctors have a monopoly on practicing medicine. Okay, which really isn't the case. So I think what people confuse are that there's a barrier to getting a home sold, that it's really a difficult thing if you don't use a professional. You can do it. I mean, it's not that you can't do it, but if you want to hire a professional, then you're going to most likely have to use somebody with a real estate license, because all 50 states require that if you sell somebody's house, you either do it yourself or you hire somebody who's licensed. In some states, you can use an attorney. Attorneys are allowed in certain states to sell real estate. And then, from there, it's pretty straightforward. So, the moral of the story is, call a bunch of agents. If you're worried about price, then you just need to find out, what level of cost, what level of service. Because there are places that for $3.95, they'll put you in the MLS and say, call the seller for showings, offers, etc. And that's all you're going to get. You're not going to get, if you want to co-op, if you want to offer compensation, then you have to, put something in, in there as well. But there's a lot of ways to do it. There's no monopoly on real estate. I just thought I'd clear that up. The technical definition of monopoly, there isn't one. It doesn't exist. It's not even close to one. It's pretty perfect, almost perfect competition. So anyway, that is my update for today, and I hope to see you on another video. Thanks.